8 wickets. They've won 4 out of their 6 qualifying matches and go safely into next Thursday's semi-final at Bombay.
They beat Pakistan in Pakistan. West Indies 258 for 7, Pakistan 230 for 9, West Indies winning by 28 runs. And so the final positions in Group B look like this. Pakistan win the group with 20 points, England are second with 16 points, West Indies third with 12, although they have the best run rate in that group. One match played today in Group A, Australia beating Zimbabwe by 70 runs. Australia 266 for 5, Zimbabwe 196 for 6. Those were the beaten finalists in the very first World Cup final against the West Indies in 1975. Pakistan have twice failed previously to get beyond this semi-final stage. Our commentators for this first semi-final are Ray Illingworth, Jack Bannister, and first of all, Tony Lewis.
So the teams for this semi-final, Pakistan lining up with a familiar lineup. Mudassir Nazar was written off before the match. He had a stiff neck and was not considered for selection. So Pakistan read Ramiz Raja, Mansoor Akhtar, Salim Malik, Javed Miandad, Ijaz Ahmed, Imran Khan, Salim Yousuf, Wasim Akram, Abdul Qadir, Tosif Ahmed and Saleem Jaffer. And Australia, by now a settled lineup: Jeff Marsh, David Boon, Dean Jones, Alan Border, Mike Veletta at 5, Steve Waugh, Greg Dyer, Simon O'Donnell, Craig McDermott, Tim May, Bruce Reid. Australia won the toss and decided to bat first. The umpires, Dickie Bird and David Shepherd from England. To join the Australian innings, it's the second ball of the match, no runs on the board, and Imran Khan is bowling to Jeff Marsh. Well, that's a chance. No, it's not. It's a half-volley chance, really, to second slip. It didn't quite carry, but a false shot by Jeff Marsh. There's no footwork there at all. Very exciting for the crowd here.
Wasim Akram to Marsh. And a glorious stroke this time by Marsh. Wasim Akram himself pitching a little there and onto it like a shot and through covers for 4. Australia now moving on to 55 for naught, and we're in the 12th over.
Imran Khan calling up Tawseef Ahmed, the off-spinner.
Marsh, a direct hit, out! Salim Yousuf, Salim Malik, the fielder. Salim Malik gets the congratulations from his teammates. And the first Australian wicket falls. Jeff Marsh is run out for 31, 73 for 1, the Australian score.
Well, as often happens in one-day cricket, it's a silly run out that turns the game. And Australia there going along beautifully, 73 for no wicket in the 18th over, no real problems. And then a silly little run out like that.
Incoming batsman now will be Dean Jones. Well, this is a fascinating confrontation now between Abdul Qadir, who has been such an effective bowler with 12 wickets in this competition, and Dean Jones, the outstanding stroke maker in the Australian lineup. Well, I don't know about appealing, and there's a certain amount of theatre about Salim Yousuf behind the stumps.
Well worth a shout. Dean Jones playing well outside the line there. The ball running on and possibly just missing that leg stump.
Oh, that's a glorious shot. When David Boon puts bat to ball, he makes it look so very easy. Oh, dear, I think Salim Yousuf might have been hurt there. The ball might well have hopped up off Dean Jones's pad, and that's a very difficult situation for a wicketkeeper, where the ball flies off the roll of the pad and has clearly hit him in the mouth.
Yes, Qadir now certainly getting a bit of bounce to that googly. And again, you see that catching right at the top of the pad. and looking to catch Yousuf over probably the right eye, I would think. But it's the extra bounce that Carter's been getting there. You can see that ball well over the top of the stumps, and I suppose Yousuf was pretty unsighted. The ball going between bat and pad.
So poor Saleem Yousuf retreats with a very nasty bang in the mouth. Quite a lot of blood to be seen there, and it's Javed Miandad, the man you could never keep out of the action, who's donned the keeping gloves, and he looks as ready for action as a keeper as he ever does as a batsman.
Yousuf now to David Boone.
Well, that was a brutal blow there from David Boone. Now let's just take a close look at that. Well, that might well have been a cordon bowl if he had had leather adhesive hands, but I'm afraid he's done some damage.
Have a look at it again. You see the awkward height it comes to Tawseef there. Tawseef having his injured left thumb taped. And the over rate slowed considerably by these two interruptions. Injury to wicketkeeper Saleem Yousuf. Now to Tawseef, just in the 22nd over. 92 for 1. Tawseef to bowl to Boone on 41.
Oh, this offers a new dimension to keeping and appealing behind the stumps. Javed Miandad is the substitute keeper, and he went up for something.
Saleem Jaffer coming back for his second bowl of the innings. Started off with a new ball. Start of the 23rd over. 94 for 1. He'll be bowling to Dean Jones on 6 with Boone on 43.
Wonderful bit of sprinting that by Dean Jones.
I don't think Javed was ever in danger of not removing the bails with this one. It was a very tight run. Great throw. You see Javed, the whole lot goes.
That's found a gap. Nicely controlled shot by Dean Jones. But right on top of that then, ...101 for 1. The 100 coming up of 135 balls. Another super shot by Jones. Well, Saleem Jaffer just getting Dean Jones in the groove there outside off stump. Not only his line is straying, but his length too on this perfect pitch. Changing the Pakistan attack now. Introducing the sixth bowler, Saleem Malik.
And that's 50 for David Boone. And he's played pretty well this morning. Set off very confidently against the quicker bowlers. And he's continued to make runs throughout the morning in a very confident style. Oh, and that's bonus for Pakistan. Miandad absolutely delighted there. He's got a stumping down the leg side and you can't control him. The score 155 for 2 wickets. We're in the 31st over, and that's David Boone, stumped Miandad, bowled Saleem Malik for 65.
In swinger down the leg side. Boon goes walkabout. Not the quickest bit of stumping, but out goes the middle stump. And the new batsman, Alan Border, starts the 32nd over then, and Tausif Ahmed. He's bowling to Dean Jones on 38 and 155 for 2. Dean Jones playing one of the more aggressive innings, but then bowled by Tausif, making room. Only 46 balls, bowled for 38, score 155 for 3, and that's Pakistan right back in the game. Tausif again, and the room that Jones makes, that's his undoing, making room to a perfectly straight ball, a bit quicker perhaps than he thought. And a big double blow for Pakistan. And the new batsman, Veletta. Saleem Yousuf there, still being treated for the painful blow he received off the roll of the pad when Tausif was bowling.
News from the dressing room is that Tausif Ahmed, having bowled his 10 overs, has now gone off to hospital to have his hand stitched. He took a fierce return blow during his spell, and instead of him on the field is Manzoor Ilahi.
In the 41st over, Australia 203 for 3, Veletta on 33, Border on 14, and Imran Khan is bowling from the college end to Alan Border. Border flashes that away, and a vain attempt, a full-length dive there by Wasim Akram, but the ball speeding away for 4.
Run rate now over 5. 8 overs left after this, and still that score of 272.80 beckoning them.
And again, that's a fine throw, and Alan Border not really troubling to look at the umpire, just continuing his run.
There's Alan Border paying the penalty. Once you take a fielder like Mansour Akhtar's arm on, well, a direct hit, you're out. And that's exactly what happened. So that's the 4th Australian wicket to fall. Alan Border run out for 18, 215 for 4. And the new batsman, Steve Waugh.
44वें ओवर के अख्ताम पर वेलेटा 43, वॉ ने अभी तक कोई रन नहीं बनाया। अच्छी फील्डिंग की शोएब मोहम्मद ने। तीन खिलाड़ी के लिए ये कार बतौर इनाम दी जाएगी प्लेयर ऑफ द रिलायंस का।
बहुत ही नीचे रही गेंद, बिल्कुल ही नहीं उठा और
दस्तीबा बड़े हैरान हैं।
अच्छा गैदर किया जावेद मियांदाद ने।
वॉ ने अभी तक कोई रन नहीं बनाया। 43 रन बनाए हैं वेलेटा ने। 223 कुल स्कोर ऑस्ट्रेलिया का। दो 4 खिलाड़ी आउट हुए हैं। सिर्फ 1 रन बन सका। ये आखिरी ओवर दोनों टीमों के लिए यकसां अहमियत रखते हैं। फैसला कुन अहमियत के हामिल। इस ओवर के बाद 5 ओवर बाकी रह गए हैं। 30 गेंदें ऑस्ट्रेलिया को खेलना है। 2 गेंदें इस ओवर की अभी बाकी हैं। बड़ी अच्छी बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं इमरान खान, बड़ी जहानत के साथ।
कोशिश ज़्यादातर यही है कि यॉर्कर करें। बहुत ही अच्छा अभी तक ओवर किया इमरान ने।
आखिरी गेंद इमरान खान के इस ओवर की बाकी है। स्टीव वॉ उनका सामना कर रहे हैं। फुल टॉस और अच्छी फील्डिंग की शोएब मोहम्मद ने। सिर्फ 1 रन बना, इमरान खान का ओवर मुकम्मल हुआ। 45वें ओवर के अख्ताम पर ऑस्ट्रेलिया 226, 4 खिलाड़ी आउट हुए हैं। वॉ नॉट आउट 2, वेलेटा ने 44 रन बनाए हैं। और ऑस्ट्रेलिया की इनिंग के अख्ताम तक कमेंट्री करेंगे उमर कुरैशी, उनके साथ एक्सपर्ट होंगे जावेद बर्की।
And these last 5 overs could be very vital to the outcome of this match.
Well, I think Pakistan got a good grip on the game now, because both Imran and Akram bowl extremely well normally in these last 10 overs.
And we're glad to see the back of Aaron Border.
It's manageable on this wicket, yes.
And Steve Waugh on 3. So score.
That came back at him, went through bat and pad. Akram bowling extremely well. He keeps doing a little bit with the ball all the time and keeps the batsman guessing.
This is going to be a wide.
That really swung in the air.
Yes.
Fantastic
Wide and
swing.
4 runs.
He did too much with the ball then. See it move out.
I don't think Alan Notto or Wasim Bari would have got to that.
No.
That was a wide. Again, that ball moved and, well, in the circumstances, with only the fag end of the Australian innings, a perfectly allowable shot, but close. Quick single. Again, had that been a direct hit, been curtains for Steve Waugh. Disappointed looking Shoaib. So 233 now. 4. Been a good innings from Veletta. Good save by Kader, backing up by Jaz, and they're going to attempt to run for but decide against it. So 236 after 46 overs. 236 after 46 overs. Pakistan came back in this match because the crowd really enjoying themselves in perfect weather. Imran to Veletta, and he's bowled in. That's Veletta gone. Good wicket to get.
Good work by Imran, because Veletta was now charging the bowlers, and Imran fed him a Yorker as he was in the middle of his charge. Good bowling.
Having quite a chat with himself, Veletta.
Yes, I don't know why he's so annoyed with himself. He played a good innings.
Yes,
and
he did. He's shaking his head, and
at this stage of the game, it's all risk. One is throwing one's bat at everything. And there you are. He saw him come down the wicket at him and bowled him a Yorker.
And on target.
On target, very well controlled piece of bowling.
There it is again, from another angle.
There it goes under the bat.
The new batsman coming in now, Simon O'Donnell. An all-rounder. So, been a good morning for Pakistan so far. They've come back in this game very strongly. 236 for 5. Imran to O'Donnell.
That was a good outswinger.
Yeah, but to the best of my knowledge, there is no free-swinging, hard-hitting batsman in the Australian side at this stage of the innings.
No, they've got rather a long tail, Omar. There's just a few batsmen at the top. And the others have not done too well in the World Cup so far.
Sort of brittle middle order.
And conversely, Imran and Wasim Akram have been doing extremely well against the tail.
See the hesitation, there's going to be a run out, and he's gone, Simon Waugh. What a tangle up. And the crowd jubilant. Looks very cross with himself or with his partner. And there it is. I hope there are no lip readers around. Can't be complimentary what he's saying. There it is. Another run out. 236 for 6 now. Let's see that again. It's a very smart bit of fielding. And look at the presence of mind of Imran. He has come all the way to the batsman's end. Finds that the batsman has left and then rolls the ball. We'll see that again.
You see, this was McDonald playing. He stood his ground. Waugh ran down at him.
There it is.
And McDonald was sensible enough not to get back into his
Imran rolling the ball and a little assist there. Off come the bail. But there's what the public think of that. Look at that jubilation. They've had a marvelous time this morning. Calcutta or Perth. I think it should be Calcutta or Perth.
right.
Imran now. Four runs. Now there's not going to cut it off. Shire, the wicket-keeper, off the mark.
That's Waugh.
Waugh. Yes.
Getting the ball past the wicket-keeper. That was a good ball. You got them guessing even in the 48th over. Good bowling.
Backing up too far and not a direct hit. Javed, there's a bit of horseplay there, was resulted in an overthrow. Javed, we were praising the running between the wickets this morning, but there's been an element of panic in the running later on.
Yes, well, in these last 3 or 4 overs, anything goes. Batsmen run for anything, and sometimes they won't run for anything. One of them will run and the other won't. It's a bit of a mix-up at this stage. Mind you, it's not proper batsmen you're seeing now, it's the bowlers. many of whose judgment of a run is rather unsound.
And it's Imran now to Dyer. That's all it. Gone. What a superb delivery. And look at that crowd.
That was the outswinger again. Batsman playing towards the onside, thinking it would come back at him. Straightened out on him.
There it is. Everyone's a headline writer now. That's Dyer coming back. They're long enough just to get used to the light.
That's a superb bit of bowling from Imran.
Superb delivery. Let's see that.
Straightens out. He's playing, aiming at the on. Clearing the in-swinger.
Went the other way for him.
Well, that was a very good over. A couple of balls earlier, he'd got Waugh to edge past the keeper. That's a good spell of bowling.
240 for 7. That's the dismissal now once again of Dyer. There goes his off stump. To Waugh. .240 for 7, and we're in the 48th over. Tremendous excitement. These last overs proving very, very productive for Pakistan. The delivery, and there could be another run out, but panics now, the Australian batsman. I think what he hadn't quite realized, not quite the same presence of mind that Imran showed in that last over.
Well, he had longer to run. And the batsman, he had to run the whole length of the pitch there.
And there
that's all the batsman had to do.
He's not aware really that a lot of excitement. You see Akram to Dermot. And, they were thinking of the second, but decided against it.
That was the first stroke of the meat of the bat for some time now.
That's right.
So far it's been single touch down to the square leg umpire or 6 off the outer edge.
242.
That's a good shot.
That's a fine shot. Could be 4 runs.
That's a good shot.
246 now. We're in the 48th over. 247. 247. Again, Ramesh is thinking of a second, decide against it. .248, the Australians gradually edging to 250 and a little over that. So it's going to be a very interesting match. McDermott beaten. Trying for a big hit.
Moved sharply off the seam.
So 2 overs to go. 248. Cheering for Imran. to Waugh, and the support of the crowd behind him. Great roar goes up as he begins his run up. There they're cheering. This massive crowd is cheering, and then it becomes a roar. One again in the block hole, well bowled. Appreciation there for Imran. Great excitement here at the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore. Australia 248 for 7. This is the 49th over. For the umpire signal, leg by, signal by umpire Dicky Bird. That's Craig McDermott, the fast bowler. And again the crowd beginning their cheering. The cheering turning into a roar. And Imran delivering, bowling him, middle stump.
That's another lovely outswinger.
It says it all, the crowd bowled middle stump, Craig McDermott. He delivered that ball almost on cue, Javed, with the crowd urging him to bowl him, and he did.
It was a lovely outswinger.
Lovely delivery, bowled middle stump.
This has been a very good last spell by Imran.
See that
especially.
again. There it goes, the middle stump. Cartwheeling from another angle.
He's playing to the off, he's aiming towards mid-wicket, and the ball came back, took his middle stump.
A very neat extraction.
Yes.
Any dentist to be proud of that.
Yes. See that move off the seam, almost like a leg cutter.
So 249 for 8. Saying it all, this big crowd. And here they go again. Imran. Tim May, off spinner.
Another outswinger.
Been a tremendous spell by Imran. Take a look at his bowling figures at the end of this and see if we can find out what he got in his second spell, Khalid.
They're saying goodbye to him, Oma. The
Yes,
crowd,
sir.
making sure he retires.
There's one way of saying it. There goes Imran.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better 49th over. Not a run scored.
It's been a fantastic spell from Imran. He's really, in this tournament, been in devastating form. So the last over coming up. 249 for
That's
8.
a good spell of bowling, Omar. 10 overs, 36 runs.
3 for 36.
That's a good spell on a wicket which they gave him very little help.
For 8. And we haven't quite worked out what they are saying. One of them is saying unbelievable. One is saying goodbye.
If you write these posters before the match, Omar,
Yes.
then there's some pretty good predictions there.
Yes, indeed. Well, David, everybody is becoming an expert. I'd watch it if I were you.
Yeah, this is a problem.
249 for 8. It's a big hit. 6 being signaled by umpire David Shepherd. He's confirming it from the fielder and then signalling again.
He should be
Saleem Jaffer.
he should be concentrating on Yorkers in this final over. Anything on the length is dangerous because the batsman is going to be throwing his bat around, and a good length ball is the one that can be lifted.
255 now. The first 6, Malik, is it? The first 6? Another swing. 4 more runs. Not been a particularly good match for Saleem Jaffer.
It's another ball on the length. He should be avoiding these. Yorkers is what is needed.
Air Marshal Noor Khan, Begum Noor Khan, Mr. Salve, witnessing the match.
They are the people who thought up
the World Cup?
The World Cup and the
Yes,
subcontinent. As the Air Marshal.
That's right. 259. 4 more balls left in your 7th innings. Full toss.
And that was a better ball.
The ball, they're going for the second and get it in the end. 261 for 8. 3 deliveries to go. Got them all tangled up again. It's very late. So excitement. This is an expensive over so far. We saw the first 6 of the innings. Let's see that again, that last delivery. It's a bit tangled up, old Waugh. He's halfway down, comes Saleem Jaffer. Slight delay in his throw.
Turned back very sharply.
Yes. So 2 more balls to go. 261 for 8. They'll go for 2. Doesn't matter really from the Australian point of view now. They've got that second run. 263. Saleem Jaffer. And that's gone for 4. So,
bad over for Pakistan.
very expensive last over.
Well played, Steve Waugh. Some very good strokes there.
Yes. 18 runs came in that last over. So 267 for 8. Australia in their 50 overs. You work out all the details and what the run rate is and the asking rate is. So that's the end of the Australian innings. 267 in 50 overs. So a very, very interesting stage of the match. Pakistan did well to contain Australia, but in the end they got too many runs. 18 came in that last over, so that they've also come back in some respects, and they've scored at the rate of 5.34, and the asking rate for the Pakistan batsmen, they're asking for 268 in 50 overs at the rate of 5.36. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Marsh run out for 31. Boon stumped Miandad, bowled Saleem Malik for 65. Jones bowled for...
Well, we'll join the Pakistan innings. The first over is the third ball. The batsmen have one each. Ramiz Raja, Mansoor Akhtar, and McDermott is bowling to Mansoor. He shies. He's out. Well, what a start for Australia. A disaster for Pakistan. Ramiz Raja has one out. It started with Mansoor Akhtar hitting the ball into the ground, but to Border's left hand. That's the key of this one. And he was able to fling the ball back, and Ramiz had gone far too far up the pitch. So Ramiz Raja is run out for 1, and Pakistan sensationally are 2 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Border's left hand, the pivot, the turn, the accurate throw, well out.
Saleem Malik is the next batsman in, number 3. Bruce Reid, the bowler. Oh, well, very lucky indeed, but 4 runs. Not a shot that Saleem Malik will be proud of, but somehow just managed to steer it to that vacant second slip area. That's a better shot. Saleem Malik can be an absolutely effortless player. Very annoying over indeed for Bruce Reid. 1 minute he's finding the edge, next minute he's finding the middle. 37 for 1, the score. Mansoor is 9, Saleem Malik is 25. This is McDermott into Mansoor Akhtar. Well, what have I done? I've done it again. Batting impossible for Mansoor Akhtar, and well bowled Craig McDermott. Over goes the middle stump. For so long his line had drifted down leg side McDermott's, and that is absolutely middle to middle, and so Pakistan, a great rumble of discontent around the stadium, lose their second wicket for 37. We're in the 9th over, and alongside me is Ray Illingworth.
Well, that's just the wicket that Australia wanted. They run out early on, gave them a start. McDermott's been bowling down the leg side, being plucked off for 1s and 2s, but this time getting it just right. Very full length, right up onto that middle stump. That really just set this game up now. Pakistan needing 268 to win at 5.36, and with 2 wickets already gone for 37, Australia really back in the game.
So 37 for 2, Saleem Malik is 25, Javed Miandad taking guard, and the bowling figures, McDermott is in his 5th over. He's conceded so far 16 runs, 1 for 16, and Reid 4 overs, 0 for 20.
Well, it could be, would certainly have been a struggle there if either of them had gone, but Miandad sending Saleem Malik back. But Craig McDermott will certainly have to bowl on that leg stump to Java Miandad, or he certainly will be whipped away on that leg side. But that's 9 overs now completed. 38 for 2. Saleem Malik on 25 and Miandad just off the mark with that single. Oh, that's out. Steve Waugh's first delivery there. And Saleem Malik just looking to play a little bit early, and the ball just lobbing up to mid-off.
And Craig McDermott took the surprisingly simple catch at mid-off. So Saleem Malik has gone, and Pakistan are in some sort of trouble.
There's Saleem Malik now, caught by Craig McDermott. Ball by Steve Waugh for 25, and the score now on 38 for 3, and we're in the 11th over. The new batsman coming to the wicket is the Pakistan captain Imran Khan, but at the moment Pakistan in deep trouble. There's a shout straight away for LBW, and that must have been pretty close, a slower delivery.
Yes, that was very well bowled by Steve Waugh.
Well, that was the wicket that Australia wanted, and Bruce Reid there getting Miandad to edge that, but in one-day cricket a lot of the slits go very, very wide, and certainly Boon is exceptionally wide there, but that would have been a straightforward catch for first slip. As it is, just 4 runs. Miandad edging that genuine edge, and really slip does look to be awfully wide there. And scoring rate up to 6.5 and over now. So tremendous pressure on Pakistan as Steve Waugh comes into bowl to Imran. And judging by the roar, that's gone for 4 runs. And down the wicket there, Imran, and taking a chance, didn't get there, slower ball. The ball going over mid-wicket for 4 runs, but not a very positive shot. Now that's 4 more runs. Sam O'Donnell pitching just a little short there, and Imran very quick on that, cracking it away just behind square on the offside. So Imran now begin to open his shoulders, begin to look for runs. One of the batsmen has got to take chances, and I think Imran will be the one to do it, leaving Javed to play the anchor role.
Switching the bowling from the college end to the pavilion end is O'Donnell. Big shout for LBW then from Simon O'Donnell, but leg by signalled by David Shepherd. Seemed to be drifting down the leg side.
Yes, ball of very full length. We've got O'Donnell excited, hitting Miandad straight on the toe, but no doubt slanting down leg side.
Oh, well, shall we call it a drop? I don't know. Tremendous effort to get anywhere near that. A dive, outstretched right hand. A really brilliant effort by Alan Border at cover.
Yes, it was, and who knows what effect this will have on the match. Marvellous attempt into his wrong right side. One of those that sometimes stick.
That's a delightful shot from Imran Khan. A model. And how he should wait for the ball to come onto the bat, and he just eased that wide of mid-on. And between mid-wicket So the 100 comes up now, 101 for 3.
Sam O'Donnell now to bowl to Imran Khan. And that's what most of the crowd came here to see. Imran Khan moving on to 50. Coming off 73 balls with 4 fours. Had a little bit of fortune when he first came in. Could well have been LBW first ball, another shout next ball, but since then he's played pretty well.
Tim May to bowl to Imran, 126 for 3.
Well, that was a bit of a head-up shot and thick inside edge down to McDermott in deep square. But the field's been changed again, and I think Alan Border's getting it nearly right now. He's got himself at short cover and deep mid-off, but he's still got that man in front of square on the cover boundary, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Jaffer Miandad play the reverse sweep before long if that's the field that we're going to keep.
There it goes, as Raymond Dillingworth has forecast. I don't think you can really afford to leave well over 90 degrees of a field like this unmanned. And really, Border's getting himself into quite a tangle with his offside field for young Tim May. Alan Border coming on himself to bowl to Imran Khan.
There's a shout for it. Yes, he's giving him out, caught behind. We were thinking we were shouting for stumping at first because the keeper whipped the bails off, but in fact he's being given out by umpire Dickie Bird at the far end. So Imran Khan departs, caught by the wicket keeper Dyer off Alan Border for 58. He scored 150 for 4 and we're in the 36th over.
Having a big swing. Just the faintest of edges, decided umpire Bird. Imran Khan getting a huge reception on what he says will be his last appearance on this ground. The new batsman, left-hander Wasim Akram.
And that's 50 for Jaffer Miandad. How well he's played, taking no chances, but never missed an opportunity to score. Score moving on to 154 for 4. And the 50 made from 79 balls with 4 boundary hits. Oh, that's a massive hit. Miles in there. Over long off. 6 runs. That just shows what a dangerous hitter Wasim Akram is. Craig McDermott, not the slowest bowler, but that went up many a mile and carried 20 yards over the rope.
And they all shout, sixer, sixer. But it did go a long way, very high too.
That's a massive hit for 6 there, swept away over mid-wicket, and that's just what Wasim Akram came in for. McDermott now to Wasim Akram. And yes, that's the wicket that Australia wanted. Wasim Akram looking really dangerous, but there he is now. Wasim Akram bowled Craig McDermott for 20. The score on 177 for 5 now. And we're in the end of the 39th over. Full length Yorker right into the leg stump there. That's exactly the right place to bowl it, and all credit to McDermott.
And this brings to the crease Ijaz Ahmed, just 19 years old, his 21st one-day international. What a splendid way to get off the mark.
.76 off 9 overs. That will take some getting even with a world-class player like Javed Miandad. A scoring rate of nearly 8.5, 8.44.
That's in the air. It's caught. Ijaz Ahmed has been caught at deep backward square leg. Now the fielder himself is right in the sunshine as far as I'm concerned down there. It looks like Dean Jones, I'm sure it is, and the handshakes all round. Well, you hear wickets, or you don't hear the wickets, all you hear is silence when Australia strike. But now I think the truth is getting through to Pakistan that this is considerable target, and Ijaz Ahmed, therefore, is out, caught by Dean Jones, bowled by Reed. 192 for 6.
Huge cheers around the ground as wicketkeeper Saleem Jaffer comes to the crease.
Steve Waugh comes back at the pavilion end. Beautifully placed, and a lovely stroke of contrast. Veletta's the fielder. Might have gone for 3. Javed settles for 2. The 200 comes up. 200 off 255 balls. The score 201 for 6. Oh, well, that was an invention. We won't call that a stroke. We'll call that a total invention by Javed Miandad. He plays the reverse sweepers if it's just a 5-finger exercise. Well, Jack Bannister will know more about strokes like that than I do.
I think I do. This one went beyond the realms of improvisation. Let's see what happened here. There we go, the upper edge. That's what we'll call it.
Oops. Well, are we now seeing the end of the Pakistan challenge? Javed Miandad makes it plain that he did get contact, but the hero of that particular moment was Bruce Reed, who was cool under fire, kept his rhythm going, and he's bowled Javed Miandad, who scored 70, and the score is 212 for 7 wickets.
Well, this was the crude shot that eventually Javed was committed to. He's paced his innings pretty well while Imran was there, but when Imran got out, he didn't really ever step up a gear. And the new batsman, leg spinner Abdul Qadir.
Is there even more inspiration to come from Abdul Qadir? Scored the most famous 8 not out against West Indies at Karachi when he hit Courtney Walsh for 6. Well, that's the target, but this is Steve Waugh. Oh, that's whipped away to the boundary. One of the rare loose deliveries from Steve Waugh, short and down the leg side, and Saleem Yousuf whips that one away. Tremendous blow. 4 signals. ...14 runs and a leg bye off that over from Steve Waugh, and the game is opened again. 227 for 7. It's gone, caught behind the faintest nick, and Saleem Jaffer knew it. He was off, just pulled down short of that ball by Craig McDermott, and the little nick taken by Greg Dyer. What a brave effort that was by Saleem Jaffer. Caught Dyer, Bull McDermott 21, and the 8th wicket goes down now for 236.
Well, I was just saying how sensibly Saleem Jaffer had been playing, and here he has a real crossback yahoo. Faint top edge, Greg Dyer doing the rest.
So Saleem Jaffer is the man coming in, and this is Steve Waugh to Abdul Qadir. They might take two to Reed. They hesitate. They go. And they make it. Not the quickest fielder, Bruce Reed. Four runs. Inside edge. And Steve Waugh will be very relieved to see the end of this over.
Well, this is what the four in the circle makes difference. In normal circumstances like these, you'd have had a fine leg on, but having to keep four men up, you've got to leave a gap somewhere, and the gap there is at fine leg.
That's out. Another faint nick and through to Dyer. And so Pakistan lose their 9th wicket now for 247. We're in the 49th over. And Saleem Jaffer just stretching his ambition beyond his talents. And McDermott, good and steady, safe line outside off stump.
Yes, McDermott's bowled well today. Early on he earned a little bit on leg and middle, but since then he's got that off stump line just outside, and there you saw it again, just outside off stump, just running away a little bit, and Saleem Jaffer trying to heave it away on the leg side, and just a faint outside edge.
The injured Tosif Ahmed comes in as the last man. Up it goes again, 5 wickets for McDermott, and that is a moment of tremendous jubilation and achievement, I must say, for Australia, who have done brilliantly to come into Pakistan, up to Lahore, to get through, to beat Pakistan, the favourites in the competition, and win the match by 18 runs. Pakistan never quite recovered from their very shaky start. That run out in the first over of Ramiz Raja, and then 3 wickets down for 38. The long partnership, of course, resuscitated their hopes. 112 between Imran Khan and by Javed Miandad. But then they rather limped along. Miandad, when he went, the score 212, 7 wickets down then. It was rather a forlorn hope. Some brave hitting by Saleem Yousuf, but in fact, it was all too much for Pakistan, despite their fine run in the preliminary group stages. The bowling, McDermott 5 for 45. Reed was the next best with 2 for 41. And so, on to Calcutta go Australia, the victors here at Lahore by 18 runs. And the Man of the Match award, deservedly, to Craig McDermott for those 5 wickets. England field an